Give me a second.
Okay, no
Yep,
problem.
we're live now. We're live. We're live.
Great. Sorry about that. Again, my
Give
fault
it,
over
give
here.
it, give it, give it, give it, give. Let's give it a couple minutes before we
Couple
dive right
minutes.
back
Okay.
into where you're at, because I want to get them. I want them to load back on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and they are
Cool.
good. Okay. So there's many ways to skin a cat, as they say. So we will change out the different. You there? Okay, so I might. So he's having problems on his end. Okay. Let me kick him out and come back in. So it's clearly on his end. So I'm kicking him out to bring him back in. Good. So I'm here. It's on his end, clearly. So hi, how are you guys? So the stream is great here. I am live in HD, and this is actually it looks like it's kicking over to the network site pretty well as well. It's okay. Hang in there, guys. It's we are in a spiritual battle unlike what you have ever seen before. Okay? So expect chaos, because at the end of the day, this is why the network is so important. This was why Brave TV is going to be so important, because we have to get this out to the network. The big techs will not publish this. And I'm actually looking now, and once I changed over, the network is running pretty fine right now, which is beautiful. I love that. So his end is getting its ass kicked. Keep in mind, he's dropping stuff big time. Now, that's why he is going to have to be on. I'm going to tell you right now, he will probably get kicked off Twitter at some point. He'll probably get kicked off YouTube at some point. This is why Brave TV is coming, because we're going to have the entire everything over to the network. And let me actually put this out. Let me put out this invite to anybody out there, okay? If you want to create a show, if you are already a podcaster, webcaster, etc. Now, to be on the show, to have your content, you don't have to be on with me. I don't have to control it. You can literally have your own show on Brave TV network. However, you have to be consistent. You don't have to be 6 nights a week, but you have to put up weekly episodes. But if you want to contribute to the Patriot, the America, the Republic movement, that is going to be open. Okay. There will be sponsorships available. There'll be advertising available, etc. We're going to build this very, very big. That is my intention. Okay. Because the things that you're going to hear when this all goes down after it's over are going to be completely insane. I'm actually also thinking about bringing some of the people you already see into the whole network, because I will not be involved with the big tech. I'm going to tell you right now, if you watched the show last night, it is very possible that within the next year there will be no more big networks. There might not be a Google, a Facebook, the Red platform, because if they are involved in any way, shape, or form with the interference, they could have assets seized, and that those assets could be liquidated and that money could be portioned out. Let's say that. All right. So get ready, because all of this is coming, and you're gonna have some of the faces you've seen plus new faces. We have interviews lining up with people you've never heard from before, you've never seen from before, because I truly believe it's not just a enlightening on the Republic in America, but it's also important to let everyone know what you haven't heard before, which you haven't known about before. You will have brand new health content. Let me see if I can find the book that I am currently reading, one of the books I'm currently reading, and I'm going to tell you, it'll blow your mind on some of the stuff they're reading that you don't know about, that I want people to know about. Okay. Let me see if I can find the book off the top here. Whoops. Let me find it. Come on. I have to go to Amazon and search for it. Here, even the Google stuff is messed up tonight. Okay. I am reading. Let's see. Now I gotta find it. It got switched. Here we go. I am currently reading this book right now. Let me bring this one up. Oops. So I am currently reading this book right here by Michael Tellinger. Now, I'm not even saying you all have to believe in this, but this is some of the stuff. I'm actually listening to this on Audible right now. It's a 21-hour Audible book. I am about a little shy of 2 hours in. I've been listening to this to and from my office, which is give or take, well, under 30 minutes. So I'm reading that one. And like people like Michael Tellinger, I'm going to have on the show, because I think it's important. We're reaching out to him, we're reaching out to others, because it is extremely important to educate everyone on what is happening. Now, guys, don't worry. Jason Q is fine. He is all right. It's a technical problem. It's a combination probably of, by the way, he is becoming more and more exposed out there from a standpoint of podcasting. So when he first jumped in, he didn't even want to do, I had to get him, I kind of begged him to do the very first episode with me, which was a long time ago. If you ever want to go watch that one, go watch over that one. He has come a long way of being comfortable on camera and a microphone, and he didn't want to do the first one, to now where he is with Dr. Chanel. He is with, I think he did one with Robert David Steele today. He's Charlie Ward a couple times. So he is getting out there. It was mostly just me, but then as his information is trickling out, I guarantee you their algorithms are also picking him up. So I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if they are following a bit. Okay. So just be prepared for all this different stuff. But that's what I wanted to say regarding that and that information. So we went a little bit into, and I'm winging tonight, guys, because I plan on having him. So I'm going to go off the top of my head with what I have been seeing on the news today and everything. My understanding is that tonight at midnight, part of the Kraken will be released. Sidney Powell is apparently releasing some sort of lawsuit tonight in Georgia, I think, at midnight. All right. That is supposedly happening. I don't know all the details because I jumped on here right as that went, but that could be very, very fascinating. I think JQ is trying to come back. Let me see if I can. He's not back on yet, so I will stall a little longer. But then if he doesn't come back on, we'll go from there. How does that sound? Let me show you something cool here. Let me show you something cool while he is working on that, okay? Let's see. Here we go. Monkey Works. Let me show you something freaking awesome. He's been posting quite a bit today. Here we go. Let me show you this. Monkey Works posted this today. All right. What happened was he talked about a C-130 refueling because there was a C-130 that flew, which is a helicopter, way too far for it to be refueled, and it's a special ops helicopter. He said, check this video out. Let me see if I can bring this up. Oh, they got rid of it. Never mind. They must not have liked what he posted because they got rid of that video. That's crazy. I just watched that earlier today. They got rid of it. They did not like what Monkey Works was posting. That's crazy. Man, that was a good video too. It actually showed, he showed them how they refueled. Now here is flight activity by aircraft, and I give all recognition of this to Monkey Works. I'm just showing his work. He is the genius around this, okay? Flight activity since November 9th with Gitmo. Costa Rica, El Salvador, Dominican, Puerto Rico looks like, Venezuela, Trinidad, Tobago, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, definitely DC and Maryland, New Hampshire, looks like New York. Lots and lots of places that they are doing that. So that the fueling one was where a C-130. Someone's saying that's a cargo. Okay. He named it something else. Go back to his video 2 days ago and watch. He actually goes over it. Okay. Ooh, look at that. So there you go. So here, that's what he was. That is the bird, he said. So this is the one he was talking about. All right. That one was flying too far of a distance. It wouldn't be able to do that without being refueled. And then he showed a video of it being refueled. And then it says and I don't know any of these terms. So is it the wing number? I believe it is. I'm completely ignorant to this nomenclature and this information. So I am butchering it. My apologies for anybody out there who does know it and is good at it. Love 20 in gematria is Kofefe. So there you go. Quite interesting. And I don't know all those things, so there you go. Pretty fascinating, I think. Jason supposedly is resetting his router, but I am not seeing him pop back up, which means he is having troubles with it. So the other thing that I learned tonight, let me see if I can play some of these. Regarding Microsoft. Here we go. Let me see if I can play this and show you. I can play this. I love this part of it. Okay, no, there's no audio. Let me fix that. I'll play it through this.
This is Roger Stone. All the controversy regarding Dominion voting systems is but the tip of the iceberg. Here's the real villain. It's none other than Bill Gates and Microsoft. You see, Microsoft designed a software called Election Guard that's being used by Dominion, as well as election services, Hart Intercivic, Clean Ballot, election systems and hardware, BPro, and Smartmatic. In other words, 100% of the voting machines and voting systems in this country are using the same software that Dominion has been caught using to switch votes. The denial by the mainstream media that there's any evidence whatsoever is ludicrous. The evidence is overwhelming and compelling. Whether Sidney Powell, a fine attorney who isn't given to making claims she can't back up in court, can bring a case without the cooperation of the Central Intelligence Agency and the FBI to come clean remains to be seen.
So, what that is, did you get that? They're making a play on the whole thing. So, we could get Gates on vaccine genocide. It's well known. However, he's protected because the freaking Vaccine Protection Act that they signed in back in the 80s. So, but what they can get him on is he and Microsoft are behind the whole damn thing. Now, remember what I said. If a company was found to have been involved or complicit in this, is it possible that also Microsoft is also busted and Bill Gates is busted? And then guess what? This is going to sound kind of crazy, and I can't back this up because I don't know the law. However, as horrible as vaccine genocide is, they would have to prove it, and the science of proving that they can cut. I don't want to say they can prove vaccines are safe because they can't, but they'll have a harder time proving it because people are for vaccines in general. However, if you can prove that he was involved with election fraud by creating the software that was used, then you have him on treason. Treason is punishable by death. There you go. JQ might be back.
Yo.
Hola, sir.
Hola. Oh,
how are you?
Don't no. Not too bad.
We're gonna try this again.
I had to put the modem in the refrigerator.
Did you put it in timeout?
No, I had to cool down.
Had to cool down?
I had to put it in the fridge.
No, you did not.
I did so. Actually, Christy was on the phone with me when I did it. I mean, you gotta cool it down. I mean, it was hot, so it worked. I mean,
dude, I have never. Hold on.
I know.
In all of my years of technology, no one have I ever heard of taking a hot modem and putting it in the fridge to cool it down.
But I'll tell you what, thinking outside that box, it worked, didn't it? I mean, for at least the couple of seconds that we had, I guess.
Okay, so let's do this because we're probably playing on borrowed time. So, and you'll be back on Friday night, which is just a couple nights from now, and we can always hit up the regular stuff we need to hit. Take me through a summary of the rest of Flynn real quick, if you need.
I was even going to say too, tomorrow night, if you were going to go live tomorrow night too. I mean, we could even do tomorrow night as well. I mean, that's up to you, but
I don't know what the schedule looks like yet tomorrow night. I will probably be free, but I don't know.
Yeah, don't big deal. But I mean, we got Flynn. I mean, that's all fine and dandy.
Bring your microphone closer to your face.
Okay, how's that?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, awesome. That covered it up. Oh shit. But yeah, I got with Flynn, I mean, with the whole pardon and all that, with all the all the numbers, it all lines up. So, we'll be finding out more, in the next couple of days of what his next move is, and then where Trump's going to end up, and because I mean now he's a candidate, and for the presidency, so there had to been some resignation somewhere in there, and they just kept it all hidden. So, but I'm still still hedging on Flynn being the at least a fill-in, because a lot of people, they think that he can't, like he doesn't have like a popular, like he's not popular with the people. I'm like, I think he's pretty damn popular with everybody.
Flynn not popular with the people?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Where would that come from?
Yeah. I'd rather not say. It's one of those agree to disagree moments. So it's just like, yeah,
I would have a hard time believing that General Flynn. I mean, he may be unpopular with liberals because they think he's guilty, but like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I mean, all he has to do is just fill in until the special election, because then you have the 100 senators that's got to come in, because every governor has 2 alternate senators that take the place for the Senate, and the House stays empty until the election. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, why do you even need a House of Representatives? I mean, they didn't do shit anyways in these past 4 years, so why?
I personally would like to see the entire. I don't want to say Congress. Well, keep in mind. By the way, let me clarify that. When I say Congress, I'm talking about the House and Senate. If I'm clarifying, if I'm clarifying like it's a Pelosi or somebody, that's the House. The Senate is very different. But if you say Congress, you're talking about the whole thing. But I would not mind seeing the majority of Congress wiped out. Not wiped out, dead. Sorry, I am making no threats of violence. I am saying from a resignation, jail standpoint, etc. The military tribunals can do what they believe is justified, and I would like a reset of that system.
Well, and the thing is too is that we really don't. I mean, as we've seen, the House of Representatives has just backstabbed the entire American public just by them passing that whole Cadillac tax, the whole CARES Act, which morphed into the CARES Act back in 2019. So they knew that this virus was going to be released and everything, because I mean, with that whole Black Hawk helicopter deal, I mean, that happened in 2019. So what did they get from that, the bioweapon they got then? I mean, it was in California. I mean, who was running the House? You got Pelosi, and you got, all these idiots from California that the people aren't voting in, but the Dominion, voting machines are letting them in. I mean, if they're trying to get communism, if they're trying to promote communism, I mean, all you have to do is just even look at the star. I mean, the star on the California state flag is, it's the same star that they had on the Soviet Union one with the hammer sickle, and it had a star, but the star was yellow on that one, but that's why they made it red on this one. I mean, people in California are going to be very, very pissed when they find all this out. I mean, they have their own constitution, and they're making their own, laws.
Their country's been stolen.
Yeah,
their state's been stolen.
Yeah, I mean,
every single election.
Every single election, and they've been paying all this money to these crime families, a syndicate. It's like, then you have the black nobility, from Italy and all that, and that's, That's where you have Pelosi, and then you got the Getty, with the Getty Museum and all those pedophiles. I mean, they just skin them all alive. And then you got the Newsoms and the Browns, and I mean, just do away with all of them. They were they're bringing all the kids in through all the borders. I mean, they opened the borders up to China, period, to all the commies. What was it? I mean, even Feinstein, back in the, what was it, 70s or 80s? I mean, her and her husband, God, I can't believe it's anything to marry her, but her and her husband actually dined in China, and they ate in the same room that Mao died in. And it's like, man, you guys are hardcore commies, You're like, driving over, pedestrians with tank kind of commies. Just filthy pigs, And then yet, I mean, they have them on photos coming back from China, in the airport. I mean, the whole, it just, even how she got in, with the whole Twinkie defense, with the killing of George Moscone and Harvey Milk. And they accused a cop of doing it, and he ended up using the Twinkie defense, saying that it messed up his blood sugar level, and then the guy ended up dead like a year later. I'm like, you can't even make this stuff up. It's like, where in the hell are these people coming from? I mean, we know she's a lizard. I mean, when she had that picture with Murkowski, you could see on her head she had that big ball, and like she was shape-shifting right in front of her. So that's why she was all freaking out and crying. And it's like, well, I mean, this is what you get when you want to play with these, with the big boys over here, you're going to end up, selling your soul and becoming a lizard. And that's it. Thanks.
Hey, you want to see what the president did?
Yeah, let's see it.
Hold on. Here you go. They're not going to like this. The deep state, that is. Everyone else is going to love it. You ready?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Ooh. Is that cool?
Apparently. Hold on. Look at this. Look what he put in. Firing squads.
Oh.
The Department of Justice entered a proposal rule change in the Federal Register in August. He sought fast track authorization for several administrative-wide policy changes before he leaves the White House in January, including the use of firing squads and electrocutions in federal executions.
I mean, you can only hope that comes up, like, if the liberals, if they decide to become stupid and bring that up as like a, oh my God, the whole cruel and unusual punishment. I'm like, didn't we just go over the whole Obamacare and what they said? Like,
the proposal argues in recent U.S. Supreme Court litigation involving Eighth Amendment challenges to execution by lethal injection, nitrogen hypoxia, and firing squad have been identified as potential alternative methods of execution, including by prisoners themselves, that might or even must be used instead of lethal injection, in particular those methods carrying out a lesser risk of pain. So they're going to allow firing squads.
But look at this. Did you see it? It said President-elect Joe Biden.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is totally this is all about him leaving office, and they're saying it's true. It's grotesque. He's reinstating an execution by firing squad. They're making it sound horrible, and they're making it sound like he's doing it on his way out, when in reality, he's getting ready. Tribunals, my friends. If we don't get the tribunals, I'm going to be pissed.
We'll get the tribunals.
I want to see. I want to see go down. Go down.
It's already been taken care of. All recorded. We just get to sit and watch.
That is correct.
They're this far ahead, and and I saw in the article too that it said Biden wants to eliminate capital punishment and all that. It's like, of course you do, you pedophile. You know, you want to make sure that nobody gets in trouble for any of this. You know, it's like if these people even remotely knew what they were even voting for, it's like, it's like, do you approve of molesting kids and eating their corpses? Yes. Okay. Well, then here, vote for Biden. No. Okay. Then you're an American. You're normal, level-headed person. Here's Trump. Thank you. It's like, it's awesome. I
So
mean, it's that easy.
I would like to bring up one quick subject before we go tonight and let everyone have a nice Thanksgiving. Okay, and let me be clear. I have decided to do something. You and I are going to do a show. We might have to. We'll do it live or we'll do it recorded. I don't know. I'm doing this on purpose because although I don't love big tech, I am trying to hold out on the Red brand as long as possible until the network is ready to go fully blown in the next few weeks to a month. So we will do we're going to do solely on the network. I'm not going to do it on YouTube. We're going to do it solely on the network where we talk about the high school shooting that occurred in the Northeast. And we're not going to do that tonight. We're not going to, not because I know people want to hear about it. And I also had a conversation with a family that lives up there 20 minutes from the location. And they have told me enough evidence to where it was definitely staged. But I'm not going to say anything about it. We're going to do this only on the network because I'm going to tell you if we do it out in the open on any of the big tech stuff, it will probably, I'm on my last strike. And even though I am not a filtered person, you know that, I'm going to be very, very cautious on how we do this show. So we'll do a show on its own for that. Is that okay?
Well, I guess so, because I mean, I got blamed for the Facebook, so I wanted to get you rung up with the YouTube as well, but I guess we'll just save it for the network. But it's all right. No, I mean, we want to go. I mean, when we do get into that, because I mean,
they'll strip that down so fast it'll make your head spin. If they took Alex down, and I'm not saying Alex could be controlled opposition, I don't know, but they yanked him down so fast it made his head spin, and they went after him hardcore. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it on my own quote unquote property, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. And plus, I mean, we could bring other, false flags or hoaxes or however you want to call them. We could bring those into play. And I mean, it could spiderweb legitimately out. I mean, we've got over 1,000 pages here. And that's just some of it.
So we will do a special show on that one.
Yeah.
And if that show's 20, 30 minutes, or if it's an hour, if it's 2 hours, so be it. I would like to protect my Red brand users out there right now for the time being, at least for the next month until we get full blown on the network. Okay.
That's all. And the thing is, I mean, we've got so much that we could actually cover. I was going to even go through and I have to index more. I have to put more in the whole, like our index and get the numbers pumped up. But we definitely have a lot. I mean, we have well over 5,000 entries, well over. So
this is the last topic I'd like to ask you a question about, and we're not going to dive deep because I don't have enough information, and there's probably stuff you do have on it, so we'll bring it up. But I was messaging back and forth with a good friend of mine tonight, and her and I dive deep on a lot of the extraterrestrial space force stuff, and we were talking about, and the thing she told me tonight, she's got a little bored with the election because you can kind of see what's happening and it's kind of like playing itself out. She is actually focused more on secret space program and about how they're using super soldiers off planet, possibly on planets like Venus, and the Dracos are using them against us. And there is a massive, massive war going on between us and that particular race of beings, which was on NASA logo, but is not on Space Force logo. And so we're going to dive into it. Not necessarily tonight, because I got to do some more research probably tomorrow. I have some videos I have to go watch that she sent me over. Project Camelot stuff, Carrie Cassidy, but even deeper stuff. What do you off the top of your head? You don't have to go into the paperwork. What do you know? What are some of the details?
Oh, we have tons of. I mean, they had this whole intergalactic slave trade. That's where a lot of these kids and adults were going. FedEx, they were actually using FedEx. FedEx was shipping them all, and beautiful. And we have so much on you got the Alpha Draconians, you got the reptilians. They were having their dealings on Venus. On Mars, they had the whole as above, so below. They had a station on top of the ground and then one underground. And what was it? The one above ground was Adam and the one below ground was Eve. So they named Adam and Eve. And I guess shit went south real quick over there and just turned into a bloodbath. So yeah, I mean, there's tons of information out there. A lot of ET. I mean, we're pretty loaded with a lot of that stuff, but I concentrated more on learning the past, so it catapulted us into the future. And now when we get to these areas where we have lists of the benevolent and benevolent races, which are good or bad, and which we want to actually have any dealings with, and which we won't have any choice to deal with. But I mean, we have all of that and like tons more. So I mean, once it gets to that, then I mean, we could actually like break it all down, and we could easily have like shows where we could talk about like different races, different types.
So you want to see the site? You want to see the stuff she sent over to me?
Sure.
Here, I'll show you on. I'll show you in this. I'll show you here. This is the YouTube channel. Super Soldier Talk.
Nice.
That's the YouTube channel. So go start watching this, right? This is crazy shit, dude. And you know what? When you listen to it, it makes freaking sense. And then here's the website, supersoldiertalk.com. And no joke, dude. Secret space program. Dude, disclosures, videos, and he like, dude, this is deep, like real deep. Like what this whole thing is all about. This is an energy game. Like,
yeah.
You there?
Well, and in fact, I mean, at it within reach, we have the reptilian hunting manual. I mean, this stuff's real. I mean, it's pretty screwed up. I mean, if you have to think about it, but we went over it. I mean, we have it all highlighted, underlined. It's like right here. The reptilian humanoids possess absolutely no sense of humor.
No, they're totally they're emotionless. All they do is kill.
Yeah, they're just dicks. That's it.
Kill and control.
Yeah, and that's why they give us. That's why
it's a lot of people are really, really tweaked out, and they don't handle well just the UFO and ET talk. Well, let me tell you, it's a whole lot deeper than just UFOs and ETs, folks. There is an intergalactic war that is beyond your comprehension.
Not for long.
Even when I read it, I'm like, the next thing I read, I'm like, what in the holy hell am I looking at and reading? But yet you have to go down the rabbit hole because it's crazy. But it makes, when you read it, it actually makes complete sense on what the hell they're doing. And everyone thinks that we just live on this little planet and we're the center of the universe and everything's okay. And you have no concept of the shit that's going on between us, our military, our governments, the beings, the ETs, the stuff that's already here, the stuff that's inside the planet underground, and then the freaking ships that are outside the planet, dude. We just watched Valerian on Saturday night.
Yeah, I love that movie. I mean, it doesn't even look like CGI. I mean, it looks like it's actually like real.
So you know who loved it? You know who wanted to watch it again right after we finished it? My 7-year-old daughter.
Really?
She loved it.
I really did like the whole movie. I mean, it's like, man, if you could just live on a realm like that with the beach and all that, where you just be lazy and you don't have to look at Sharpies and technology anymore. I mean, that'd be the cat's ass right there. I mean, that's what I'm looking for. Because after all this is done, I don't want to see any of this. It's all going away.
Yeah, dude, they literally abducted people and took them off planet to mind control them and use them, and they bring them back and they drop them, freaking brainwashed and basically not only brainwashed, but then they basically what is it in Men in Black where they put the little thing in front of your face and it erases everything? They freaking do that too.
Yeah, like a mind erase. It's like 20 and back or something like that.
This is real shit.
Yeah. I mean, and people want to sit here and I mean, they want to argue about the small things. I mean, we haven't even gotten to like the big stuff, like the stuff that, people are like, man, you shouldn't be talking about that. It's like, well, I mean, you have to say what you found. I mean, it's not saying we're right or anything like that, but I mean, we have to present it, and then everybody can go ahead and present what they found, and then we could have a decent discussion from that. But if the elephant in the room isn't brought up, then what good have we done? I mean, in fact, there's a video that I could send you. It's from Redstone, and it just came out today, but I watched it a while ago, and it had to do with this ET that they captured, and they started questioning it back in 50, I believe 57 or something like that. And they were actually talking about like nuclear war and how we were going to end up destroying ourselves.
Yep.
And that the person that was going to do it was already alive. And then that's when this being went completely psycho, because they mentioned that there was another person involved, and it had to be Obama and Hillary. I mean, it makes too much damn sense. It's just like, man, because with Hillary, I mean, as evil as she is, I mean, she's really, really evil. I mean, I don't think people even remotely know, like, she's not just Hillary. So, nobody's just that evil and that, like, I mean, some of the emails that, like, the whole finding Gilgamesh's tomb, I mean, that's a huge piece in this. Because, I mean, Gilgamesh was...
that alone should give people an idea of the things that they are involved with. You don't let me tell you, I don't know the number, but I'm going to predict that less than 1% of the population, probably less than 0.5% of the population, even know the word Gilgamesh and have looked into it at all depth. Now, some people might go, "Oh, yeah, I've heard that." No, you haven't. You don't know what we're talking about. Like,
yeah.
a very small percentage. I don't know the number, whether it's one or not, but when you dive into that world and then you dive into Samaria and you dive way, 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 way back, and then you start hitting on this Orion's lines and stuff like that, you are into a world of which the majority cannot even face. So yes, we will save the Republic because you only need so many percent of people to be so so awake, right? Um, you have enough right now. The Republic will be saved. You have enough people, right? However, as you go up the ladder of knowledge, where we're talking right now, there is very few in this population awake to what now. It's one thing to hear what we're saying, but then to go start reading and studying it, you're in a very, very small part of the population of this world.
Very small, and it's all the it's all the factual stuff that they were trying to hide from us. They want us to believe that the whole we're created by the Big Bang and then Darwin and evolution. It's like no, that makes no sense at all. I wasn't a fish, and then the fish decided to walk on land, and all of a sudden, tail fell off, and now look, we're this. It's like, come on, man, no.
This is what Jason Q does to me. Can I explain this before we go? Because he needs sleep. I need sleep. Look at this is the stuff he sends me over.
Yep, that's the video. I mean, it's it's a good video. I mean, it just shows, back then, I mean, they're just, 64. It's like, see, I mean, they're like, I mean, even asking questions, answering them, and like, they're not, I mean, it's like,
I will watch that after we're off, and then we'll find out what we can say.
I mean, it's clean, but it's just, I mean, it takes people by surprise because they're like, whoa, it's like they don't expect, they think that, human beings are like the only beings in the whole universe, and we're like the top tier of it. It's like, man, we're the dumbest ones. I mean, in comparison to I mean, it's like, I mean, they have like single-celled like amoeba in these other realm that are actually smarter than us. I mean, that's how dumb we are. We've just been so dumbed down and so programmed into living this video game, Deus Ex, which is your D5, that, I mean, completely screwed up. I mean,
agreed.
Everybody's just got to wake up and, I mean, we'll go from there. I mean, like, we have, like, all the documentation, we can share it, everything like that. It's just, what we're going to do is we're going to have everybody, if you do decide to go down this road, just make sure you have an open mind, and, some of the stuff, yeah, it's going to sound like complete batshit crazy, but we wouldn't be saying it if we didn't have other documentation that ties everything in. So,
agreed.
I mean, we don't have that active of imaginations to come up with some of this, but vampires, all that stuff, it's all real. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff on that, and it's
absolutely. Well, brother, I want you to get some sleep. I'm gonna get some sleep, and I will contact you in regards tomorrow to see what I'm up to. But either way, you'll be on Friday, and we will tackle some more information. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me. And yeah, I'll go through all the newer stuff that we picked up, and we'll see what we can pick up on Friday. Which way we want to go, because we'll put that other stuff on the back burner We'll
Yeah,
put it
so
up
when
again.
we'll do it in the next week or so, probably. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure we're very careful how we release it because that's one of the mother loads.
Well, and the thing is too, I think like in the next week or two, I mean, there's gonna be a lot more that comes out, like, for us now, that we're gonna be like so honed in on that it's like one of those that when like everything starts falling into place, then we could actually sit down and everybody tackle this, tackle that, and I mean it's some pretty deep stuff, but it just shows how just pure evil that the ones that were in control of how they had us, and
Yep.
we can't let it happen anymore. So,
I agree.
say as
Well,
much as we can.
100%.
Sounds good.
On behalf of Jason Q, I wish all of you out there a very happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. And we have a lot to be thankful for because we could be all out communists right now, and we're not. We could be nuked by now with Hillary, but we're not. So I am thankful, and I want you all to have an amazing day tomorrow. You too, sir. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And yep.
I'm gonna guess you're working tomorrow, aren't you?
Oh yeah, every day, baby, every day.
So a lot.
This ain't even work. I mean, this is.
I know. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna go." Everyone asked me today, "You're gonna go?" I'm like, "I'll have dinner and I will spend some time with the family, but I will also be working."
Yeah, I mean, I'll figure out this stuff. I mean, maybe if somebody.
This ain't work, folks. This ain't work. This is life. This is welcome to the game.
Yeah, we're ruining theirs,
That's
their
right.
life and all that. So you
That's
never
right.
know. I mean, somebody set me up with a Facebook Live or something like that. We can do that, and we just have a huge Q&A. I mean, we could just go full blown. I mean, we can
Nice.
get that account nuked and just keep on going. Why not? I mean, you're not there, so it's like, might as well nuke that one too. So let's just all get out of there. We'll go back with Tom in MySpace. I mean, what, man? That guy's got to be just laughing right now. I was like, come on back. I mean,
That's right.
At least he didn't shut us up or anything. But
enjoy your families tomorrow. Serve and help somebody. Have an amazing evening. Be well. Talk to you later.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.